What is up, YouTube? I'll give you guys a few minutes to get into the room. I don't think my intro works. Let me see if I can kick into the intro.
Williams is the host of Dolly Vision on YouTube. Check it out, folks. He travels around the country covering all types of cases like this.
Okay. What is up, YouTube? It is good to see you guys. Okay, I can actually see the chat. I have glasses on. Hello to everybody. Big thank you to everybody who came by today and watched me in court. Okay, watch me in court. Well, actually, watched the Adam Montgomery trial. Kayla testified today, just in case y'all didn't watch that, and it was so long, and it was so boring, and it was just the same thing over and over and over and over again. I was like, if this old ass lady asked the same ass question one more time, I'm about to flip out and go to jail in here. Okay. She just asked the same question like 75,000 different ways. 6 hours long. My legs were falling asleep. My butt was going numb from sitting on that damn wooden ass bench. I was like, God, how do they do this? I feel sorry for the people on court TV, okay? Now I know why I didn't cover court cases before. Can we update the courts? Okay, just the seating. Okay, just the seating in the courts. Can we get some lazy boys up in that bitch? Okay, if we gonna be hanging out and filming all day and hanging out, the only cool thing, guys, the only cool thing about the whole thing was you could have your phone, you could eat in court. You do any of that stuff in Virginia, they put you in jail. You walk up in the court with a phone and be texting, right? Shit, they wouldn't go for that. You can't even get in the courthouse with it. Right? I couldn't believe it. I was like, now this is transparency where you can bring your damn phone up into the court. There are people in there laptoping. I didn't know all that. I was like, okay, well, damn. I don't think you can stream, okay, because they have people and they're streaming the feed out. And if you want like the pictures and the feed, they'll give it to you. Like so they kind of like select people to film it and people to take pictures, and everybody else is on their laptops and phones. Like it ain't even nobody watching the shit, really. So I think I was the only person paying attention. Everybody else was like typing, and it was just like I thought most of the people in there were media. It wasn't like a whole lot of outsiders. There was a couple of people that came to spectate, true crime tourism, baby. You gotta like it. You gotta love it, right? It's a real thing, right? It's a real thing. I don't know why curiosity, why I want to see crime scenes and things like that. I don't plan on killing nobody, but I gotta have a hobby. Okay. And I picked that one. Okay. It's a little odd, but it is what it is. Um, maybe one day I'll drive the tour bus that gives the tourists the true crime tour. You know what I'm saying? Team Dolly, right? And I didn't get a chance to ask Fudd his name. Sorry, guys. We're just gonna have to call him Fudd, okay? For the Fudd of it. I didn't get a chance to ask him his name. So maybe tomorrow. Now, for some reason, they're talking about the sky is coming down tonight. Raise hell, eat cornbread. Now, I'm gonna tell you one thing they got going on out here is the growers out here be growing. Boston, boy, y'all on point. The hell with the West Coast, Boston. Let me tell you, ain't no joke. Okay. That was for Raise Hell Eat Cornbread. Ain't no the people out here, boy. Real deal. But so basically they blamed her, Kayla Montgomery, for the death of Harmony Montgomery. And I'm gonna tell you the truth, man. She looks kind of cold and a little dark, and she didn't care about that kid. But at the same time, she was getting her butt kicked. Like them pictures they were showing in court, that looked pretty brutal up close. Let me tell you, it looked a little different than it looked to me on TV when I watched it Friday. Right? There was almost a point in I almost teared up at one point when they were describing some of the stuff. I think it had something to do with the saw, and I just called myself tearing up, and I was just like, all right, let me text something on my phone so I can take because it's brutal. Like you hear it just for so long and so long and so long. You're like, but the Saw part was a little like, eh, you know. Oh, okay. Remember I said there was an old black man that was sitting behind me and he was part of the union. He was a Teamster. It was his pager going off. Now somebody said he didn't look like he was media. I don't know. He was the only person that kind of seemed out of place. Like maybe he just showed up. He ain't nothing to do today. I don't know. He probably had a reason to be there. Just my mind thinking it was his pager, and he was sitting directly behind me. So the judge looked right at me, and I just kind of was like, and he was like, "Oh, I'm sorry." I was like, "Thank God he claimed that," because I just had my phone in my hand too, and it started going beep 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 all loud. I was like, "Don't try to pin it on me." My shit was on silent mode. Okay. The only time is I tried to jump on StreamYard when I was in the court, right? Just so I could like pin comments and stuff, so I could see them. And as soon as I jumped on StreamYard, my audio was on. So I cut it off real quick. So it was only like a split second. They didn't even catch it. But I knew not to do that again. I was like, okay, don't let me cut on StreamYard. If I had it on YouTube, it was all already down. So I could turn it on to YouTube and talk to you guys in the chat. and it was making me come up as because I don't have Dolly Vision on my phone. I have Dolly Uncensored on my phone. So as I was typing, I was coming up as Dolly Uncensored. I ain't even mod myself in the channel. So that needs to happen. I need to mod myself up at least, I guess. So there ain't a fake Dolly, me and me, you know. I made you a mod. Okay, cool. The judge wasn't happy about the pager. Nah. And that wasn't the first time either, because the girl's phone went off. I mean, it went off for a minute too. And then the lawyer thought it was her phone, okay? And then she goes, "No, it ain't my phone." Then she was like, "Okay, well, give me a minute, Your Honor. I want to make sure my phone's off." And I was thinking, damn, everybody got their damn phones off. See, that wouldn't happen in Virginia. You couldn't get you couldn't get through the door with all that stuff. Like you could damn near go into court with anything. People in there eating. The dude from damn Court TV was eating right in front of me. I was like, dude, you get 10 days in jail if you do that shit in Virginia. Hey, I should have told him just in case he ever shows up where I'm at. They don't give a fuck if you Court TV. Go eat in front of a Virginia judge. You'd be sitting in the city jail for 10 days. I bet you money. They don't care you at Court TV, News Nation. They won't give two damns who you are. Try eating, walk in there with talking about you the media with your cell phone. They don't give a damn who you are. You ain't a judge, a bailiff, or a lawyer. You walk in that bitch with a cell phone, you going to jail. Is that a purple headboard? No, the headboard is black. The wall is purple. Okay, and that chair is like a bright yet mustard yellow. You know what I'm saying? It's a weird color combination. The room itself is nice. It got a little mini fridge. It has a little room over there you can go in, and it is a pretty nice room. Weird colored though. I mean, I'm liking the wall. I mean, I couldn't do this at my crib. The combination of colors is a little weird. The purple wall is bad enough, right? I'm glad Upchurch ain't watching this. He would think I was in a some type of ring. He'd be calling me Ickmail. You know what I'm saying? But I didn't pick it. I don't live here. Okay, if anybody's watching this video, I didn't paint that wall. I don't do purple. It's like a boring. Okay. But I was just listening to Upchurch's diss track to Tom McDonald. I know that's off topic, but that's what I was just doing. Looks like Viking colors. Yeah, but the only problem is we ain't nowhere near Minnesota. Okay. We in Boston. Why could it have been green? Can we get some fucking the Boston Celtic colors or something? I don't love Tom McDonald. The second one was way better than the first one to me. Dally PJ, great job today. Show coming. You're not too far away. Okay, don't come kill me. Okay, don't come track me down, kill me, anybody. Everybody I met today was nice. Okay, I met people that watch the show here in Boston, which is cool. I'm surprised how many people watch me. Damn. Okay, it surprises me. I've gotten noticed I've got noticed a lot here. That's a little strange. I didn't think so many people from up north watch my redneck ass, but it is what it is. Okay. Everybody's been so nice today, so it's good to meet some nice people. Up Church Rocks. Barney Purple. Yeah. Well, they didn't know the Turtle King was coming. They just gave me the purple room and shitty Wi-Fi. So if it's like bad reception or anything, guys, I can't help it. I'm on the hotel internet. It ain't like it's fine, all that great. Oh yeah, I agree with you. He should have to sit through that trial. If I gotta sit there with my ass going numb from them wooden chairs, I was shifted around in that shit so much, man. Maybe that's why JRR be sliding around. I thought it was for camera time. I honestly did. I thought he'd be sliding around, but it was camera time for JR because he was moving with the camera, right? Me, I can't get comfortable, right? I'm sliding, moving, turning, stretching, cracking bones. At least, okay, there I am. See, it's this damn internet, hotel internet. When were you in Cameron? You couldn't tell head church, pew butt. When you were, yeah, because I kept sliding around. I was like, look, and I've been having bad sciatic pain in my leg, and PJ blames it on the chair I sat in the studio. Okay, so I've already got like, pain shooting down my leg before I even got here. Okay, no lie. So I've been complaining about it for about a good week before I even got here about sciatic pain. I'm like, oh man, this pain keeps shooting down my leg. It feels like I'm getting hit by a bolt of lightning. Strike. All right, so it wasn't comfortable today. That is for sure. And like I said, the court TV dude was eating in front of me, was making me hungry. I think it was just some candy, but still. Go to a chiropractor, and last chiropractor I went to felt like he about broke my neck. My neck ain't never been right since. Hurts thinking about it. You should take a pillow. That's what the dude across from me um had, right? He had a pillow. It was like it almost looked like, them pillows that you put around your neck. I got one that you fly on a plane with. It's kind of like that. Mine has a hoodie on it. Yeah, I love it, right? Look, check it out. So I used to have just a neck pillow, right? It was just a neck pillow. So you kind of like had to close your eyes and kind of bobble head around the plane. But I bought this one the other day. It's really big, right? It's really thick and it has a hoodie on it. So you can literally put it around your neck and cover your face up, right? Like the Taliban, but with a neck pillow. I slept so good on the plane. I ain't gonna lie. I left, we hit DC, and then time I got on the plane from DC, uh, I was out. I woke up, we were in Boston. And I wasn't real uh I slept good. Like I didn't wake up like freaking out because the last time I fell asleep on a plane, no lie, I woke up on the plane. I kind of freaked out a little bit. Okay, you know how you fall asleep and you don't know where you're at when you wake up. I don't know why I didn't realize I was on a plane, but when I woke up, I kind of like didn't realize where I was at. So that was weird. So, but this time I slept. I woke up. I was fine. I was like, okay, I didn't freak out. And the good thing is when I did kind of freak out a little bit, like, you know what I'm saying? When I woke up, there wasn't nobody beside me. So, because you imagine you be stuck between two people and you like jumping around, flailing when you wake up, like, what the hell? You know? Hey, Dolly, just wanted to say hi. Um, Sabrina, how to do disc break like that? So proud of Dolly. Thank you, Truth Seeker. I don't know what you're proud about. All I did was sit on a court today and sit on a hard ass bench and come out and tell you what's going on. I'm gonna go to dinner here in about, I don't know, about 20, 30 minutes. There's like a restaurant across the way. There's a couple restaurants. So I'm gonna walk over and get me some dinner. Um, I did finally find me like a Mickey D's when I left the court because that was the first thing I ate all day was like a cheeseburger. But all I heard them talk about was like Burger King, Burger King. And I'm sitting there, I could hear my stomach growling. I was thinking, okay, I hope court TV can't hear my stomach growling. You're out doing things. I know there's going to be a lot of stuff coming this year for you guys, right? Chromacons, Nashville. Um, I'm going to go out if they do the. Brian Kohlberger stuff. I'm going out to the Brian Kohlberger stuff. I may pop in Ohio for Chad Dorman. I might drive to Ohio though. I don't know. I'm not sure. Um, I probably would have drove here, but I knew I would miss Kayla. Okay, that's the only reason I flew. I was like, if I drive, I'm gonna miss it. And I knew she was gonna be on the stand because, see, I was like, when she went off the stand Friday, I was like, I can make it because I want to see what she says and I want to see her on the stand so I can get that vibe. And look, she gives off Leilani vibes. There's Leilanis all over the country, apparently. I just not as bad. Not as bad. Because there was points that I can't say I felt bad for her, but there was points I felt sad for the situation. I guess that's better to say. I didn't feel bad for her. I just felt sad for the situation. I never really felt sad for her. She's right where she belongs, jail. She ain't gonna be there long. 3 more months, you know. I don't know. I don't. It. She does have similarities. I can say that. Sh- Kayla has similarities to Leilani. But did you see like Kayla when she was strung out, them pictures of her? Oh my God, Leilani didn't look like that. Even strung out on drugs, Leilani didn't look like that. Drugged out of her mind, Leilani didn't look that bad. She looked terrible. She don't look that bad now, you know. And there was a couple points that she just locked eyes with me, like I mean, for like a solid like 30 seconds. Like at one point, when she was standing up, she was looking me straight in the eyes, like we were just staring at each other. It was like this, and you could see in her mind she was trying to figure out who I was. Right? It was weird. It was like, it wasn't like a quick like glance at me, look away. She was like, it was just staring me down. That was like, it's kind of like she caught me looking at her, so it was like and I was just like, oh, and but she has that similarity. She didn't seem as dark as Leilani. Okay, like when she looks at you, like her eyes, you know how you got them evil eyes. Was Leilani didn't have evil eyes either. She just had that dark soul kind of thing. Like there wasn't nothing in there. She had a little bit of that with her, you know. I think that's just my expert opinion. I've been around a lot of crazy ass women. Um, and that's what I would say, if I had to give my expert opinion on things. But drugs will do that to you. You know, they just they steal your soul. Just say no, people. Just say no. Um, yeah, I think she takes meds. Probably she seems a little like Kayla seems a little more alert in the morning. But then again, you sit there for 8 hours. Like, I was so, I was literally on the bench like this. I wanted to take a nap. That lady just kept asking the same shit. I was just like, oh my God. Like, you could see that Kayla felt better today than she did Friday. A lot of people said she faked that headache, how long it'll take her to get it. She didn't fake that headache. I could tell because I get headaches just like that. And I seen it coming on. I was like, she's starting to get a headache. And then slowly it was getting worse and worse and worse. And I would say in common with me, she acts just like I do when I get a headache. Exactly. Like that's how I knew it was real. I was like, yep, she got a fucking headache. And it's the lights and the stress and the same repetitive shit over and over again to me. It triggers my anxiety, gives me a headache. It's like I knew her headache was legit. The only difference in her is like we in the court, you get to leave for an hour. She gets to go to a fucking cell that's just as stressful. So I could tell her headache was real. And the lights are just bright. And when you start to get a headache and they got them bright ass lights, it's not good. Or she's taking meds. and she's slowly starting to like they're starting to kick in the afternoon time, and you start to see her fade a little bit. But definitely, I don't know if y'all noticed this because I couldn't talk to y'all while it was live. But when the lady would, she might be watching. Let me stop picking because I did tell them I was a YouTuber. Uh, but she did have on some track shoes. Like she ran to the fucking courthouse, right? That old lady, right? She had on some fucking like New Balances or something with the little thing in the back. You know what I'm saying? That like young chicks be wearing. Where was I going with this? I done forgot. I done forgot. The lady threw me off her shoes. Oh, I know where I was going. When she would ask her questions, she was snappy, had an attitude, couldn't remember. But when the prosecution asked her a question, she was crying at her name. What's your name? It's Caleb. I could so I wish I could just ran up, gave her a Grammy. Here you go, girl. It's gonna be all right. Little Dolly give you a hug, right? That fake ass. Come on now. But I understand it. Listen, if I was going to prison for the fucking rest of my life, there was a chance of it. Let's be honest. Every single person in here would lie to save their own life. You know you would. I would say some stupid shit to try to get myself, but I wouldn't do that stuff either. I had to honestly say that none of us would do that. Let's just say hypothetically it happened. Okay. I think everybody in her situation would try to get themselves out of trouble. Like what, especially if you didn't do the killing and you just like didn't do nothing about it. I think everybody in here was in a situation like that. You would try to get out of trouble. Maybe not. Some people are just honest and be like, "Oh, I did it." But most people that say that are lying. Okay, because you're just as bad as she is, right? Just be truthful. Be like, look, man, I'm fuck up. I'd probably get up there and lie my ass off. I'd be like, Dolly, I don't know Dolly. Who the hell is Dolly? I'm, I'm Jimmy. I don't know that dude. I'll be distancing myself from myself. Okay, I don't even know that guy. You got the wrong dude. Okay. I'll be up there lying like Turtle Boy. I'm just playing. I'm just playing. I'm just playing. I'll be totally truthful. I'll be totally truthful. I know another thing that got me. Another thing that got me, guys. I don't know if it got y'all at home. And this is a trigger warning. You know, I don't want to bring up no bad stuff. I'm, refresh y'all's memory. But this lady said she put the baby under the stroller in the little. You know how they got them little baskets under the stroller. She had the baby. I was looking at that girl like I couldn't believe what she was saying, right? I was like, "You did what?" Just I was just looking, I was just and she said it so calmly. She was like, "Yeah, you know how you has the basket under the stroller." And she was like, "I just put the baby under the basket. We just wheeling that bitch down the street." This girl is walking down the street with a dead baby and act like she ain't do nothing wrong, right? Like that's perfectly normal. Another day in New Hampshire. They're strolling down the street with a dead baby. What? I felt like it was in a Twilight Zone movie. I was like, I'm looking around like, does anybody else find this shit strange? And I looked around, nobody in the court seemed like it was strange. Like the jury didn't even look like it was strange. Like do people push dead babies around New Hampshire all the time? Okay, does that shit happen a lot? But I ain't from around these parts. I don't know what y'all be doing, but I think that's a little strange. Okay, nobody was like flabbergasted. I was looking at the jury and they were just all like, not like, oh, like not taken back, not like, wow, not like, you're literally pushing a dead baby with your kids. Nobody paid attention. It's just me, little old, just little me. I'm like, I'm the only person in this courtroom that is shocked. The fuck out. I was like, a deal? You get out of prison in 3 months? What, so you can walk around the streets with another baby? No, no, right? And to give this lady a deal, oh my, I thought they had enough with just, I guess she did lead them to some evidence and things of that nature, but God, you know, And this just gives her the opportunity to do something else. But I ain't saying she will. Maybe she learned her lesson. But look, if she gets out and she continues to do drugs, there ain't no telling what could happen. And I hear that her babies are in the care of her mother. Now, how do we know the mom didn't know that baby was dead in that cooler when it was at her house in the hallway? That's a little strange, right? God. And this lady gonna be out of jail in 3 months. I bet you people that really did little minor crimes are looking at this shit and especially that have been sitting in jail for a long time. There's people in jail for weed, right? There's people in jail for weed. This woman can push a dead baby around the city. I mean, in the downtown part of the city too. This ain't she's strolling through the country with a dead baby in a stroller. She's literally walking past people with a dead corpse and to be out of jail quicker than somebody caught with a dime sack in the park. What the hell? What has our justice system in this world come to? What has it come to? Like, is this Seattle? What world is this? I just, some of these people shouldn't be getting deals. You know what they should be getting? The death penalty is what they should be getting. I just shake my head at it. Like, I know I live in a horrible world filled with monsters. I know it. I don't have to think about it. I know it. I accept it. You know what I'm saying? That's why I lock the doors in the car. I think that's why the cars have doors on them, locks. You know what I'm saying? On the inside, so you can lock it. Because the world we live in is nuts, right? That's why they're making bulletproof vehicles. You can run over a landmine and shit. You know what I'm saying? I might have to get me a damn Tesla truck before this is all said and done. I don't know about the windows though. The windows, they didn't look too good. They look like they broke pretty easy, I had to say. Um, and where are you going to charge your vehicle in an apocalypse? Okay, that ain't going to happen. Um, in The Walking Dead, when they run out of gas, they go take it from somebody else. How the hell are you going to take? If they ain't got power, you ain't got pay. You ain't going nowhere. Oh, that was bad too. That she wants him back. Okay, one more time with him. They didn't really get into that letter. I thought, that she would have dove into that letter a little bit more. The fact that she wanted to be with him, but she didn't. She went over the same shit over and over again. I almost wanted to pass her a note and be like, look, you trying to get, this shit you doing is putting them people to sleep. They don't, I don't know, you might be a good lawyer, but you surely can bore somebody into a semi-coma. But then again, if you ask somebody the question a million times, it, they could slip up. It don't take but one slip up. You know what I'm saying? And then when she gets it, you'd be like, see, she was a great, and then you're like, but if she catches her, then that means Adam Montgomery could walk on that second degree murder charge. So you kind of got to hope that Kayla, for the sake of this man never getting out of prison or any chance him ever getting out, she got to perform. She got to get up there and she got to cry. She has to be, I don't remember. Because you hate. Well, I think they would convict him anyway. You know what I'm saying? But he's pointing the finger at her. I knew they were going to do this. And the bad thing is this, we ain't never going to find out where that baby's at. Because Adam knows, right? And Kayla don't. That's why he did it like that. That's exactly why he did it like that. So they are smarter than you think they are. Okay. I don't think Adam's stupid. He's been locked up. He's street smart. They planned this even getting caught. Okay. They even talk about it in court. He said, well, if I get caught, I should take the fall. If we get caught, I should take the fall because, the kid should be with you. Y'all heard her say that, right? That means they planned it all the way up until getting caught. This was premeditated. This is first-degree murder, not second-degree murder, and these people should be strapped, sent to Alabama, right? They should be sent to Alabama. It's like, ain't nothing I can do about it. I ain't the judge, you know? I wish I was. I wish I was, because all them lies they're telling, listen, we might not, Harmony will get her daddy will go to prison forever. This woman will walk the streets, but in the end, she'll pay. She'll pay for her sins that she's committed on this planet, right? When she goes to meet that maker, uh, she will pay for those sins. Does anyone know why she gave her such a good deal? Because I think she gave up the information about the homeless shelter and about him putting up the bag in the ceiling. Okay. And the bag in the ceiling led to his handprint in the blood. It led to her DNA. And I think that's what she wanted. And she wrote it out. I want to be able to see my kids. I want full immunity. But what we learned today was if she slips up, she can be charged. Okay, they haven't took anything off the table where they can't charge you or something. But right now, she's only been charged with perjury, but she can also be charged with something else if she confesses or trips up and gets herself implicated in something, right? And that's what I thought they were doing with she cut the hoodie off, right? Right there. You just said you were accessory to murder. You cut that little girl. She acted like she didn't see that little girl and shit tough, but she didn't know the condition of that little girl. She took the clothes off of her. Right? She did. She did. That is the most I just can't. I just can't. What? This is the world we live in, okay? This is the world we live in. There's crazy people out there. Now, every time I see somebody walk by with a baby, I'm gonna be thinking, "They got a dead baby in there?" Don't that sound crazy? Wow. Wow, wow, wow. I just try to laugh because it's so insane, you know? I don't think it's funny. It's just insane. Like the world, it's insane. Like you think it can't get no crazier. You've seen it all, heard it all. Nothing shocks me, Yeah, I don't know. There's shit that still shocks the shit out of me. I'm like, what? And I had a couple different emotions today. Well, one point was sad. Kind of felt sad. I guess for just the whole situation. And then shock. Like, I just can't believe this. Never angry. I never got mad because I really honestly, think, eye for eye. I ain't got to be mad at you to think that. If you do certain things in this world, you should pay the certain price. I ain't mad at people when they get executed. I just think you got what you deserved or what was right in this world. She lied, Dolly. She said she carried her in a bag to his work. Now she had the baby in a tot, carrying her around. Um, yeah, I mean, the good question was, why did you take him? If he was going to work anyway, why did he take the dead baby? But she did ask, right? And she was like, I don't know. I was thinking the same thing. I was thinking if he had just left for work, why did he take the baby with him? Like, hey, that's a little weird walking to work. We got, oh, just a dead baby. Turtle Gang, I love your face. I love your face too. Thank you. So maybe in Vegas they walk around with dead babies, Turtle Gang. I don't know. But apparently in New Hampshire it's a thing. Must be trending on TikTok. Nobody found it a little weird. Okay, here's the thing. He's done anyway. The jury is 8 women, okay? 3 men. That sounds like an execution right there. You don't even need a trial at this point. You got 8 female jurors. You killed your baby. You they're gonna find him guilty, okay? I think that's why they didn't let no dudes up there. Maybe a dude would feel sorry for him. I think that's what people think. A dude beat his baby to death, and you get dudes on the jury, they might, dudes to take up for each other. Oh fuck no. I'd be the first one to be like, yo, execute that dude, man. You know, let's get this man up off the planet. So maybe they pick women because women might be likely to think he's cute or feel sorry for him. You know, you twinkle his teardrop at somebody. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I don't, but it's a lot of women. I wouldn't want to put my hands. I would be, to be honest, I would want 6 women, 6 men. You know what I'm saying? I would want a mixture of races. It looks majority of uh white people. Okay. Was there any? Did I see any colored people on this jury? I don't even think there's no colored people on this jury. I might be wrong though. I might be wrong about that one. Um, I can't quite remember, but it looked like mostly white people for sure. I feel sorry for the uncle, the hitman. Okay, Uncle Kevin's a hitman. Now look, if I ever need anybody knocked off, I know who to call. Okay, Uncle Kevin. Okay, that's what she said about the man in court. That if she told Uncle Kevin was gonna come chop her ass up, I don't think she was scared. I don't think she was scared of Uncle Kevin. I don't. I don't think she was scared of Adam. I think she was scared of getting caught. And I don't really know if she did it. Okay, there's really not enough evidence to me to say she did it. Um, but there ain't no evidence that says she didn't do it either. Dolly, pay attention to the Merrimack River. Adam passed the toll bridge twice during the disposal. Okay. Does that say love shaka laka? Did I say that right? Oh, love. I ain't even gonna mess with that. I can't even, I don't even know what the hell that shit says. But thank you for your super sticker. Man, love to you. Love. I know the first part is love. 10 years ago, he did time. I heard they need to make him sit in the courtroom. They need look. I don't know what world we live in where you're charged with some criminal case, like a felony, especially murder, and you don't got to go up to court. I mean, I can understand you got some little misdemeanor charge and your lawyer shows up for you because you ain't facing jail time. But if you're going to prison for the rest of your life, you need to be there. And if you don't want to be there, they should tie him to a chair. Okay? He should have to face his accusers. And that is the craziest stuff, right? Look, New Hampshire, live free or die. Who came up with that? Who the hell came up with live free or die? I had to say, people super nice. The deputies at the courts, the people, everybody's super nice in New Hampshire. Nice people. Who came up with that? Who come up with the live free or die? We got to do some research on that one. And look, I don't know if y'all need to vote in something new, but there's nothing about y'all's laws that say freedom. Okay, first off, um, or I wouldn't be back in Massachusetts. Okay, but the whole live free or die, that's just a little much. Okay, Dolly, would you be able to watch an execution in Alabama? Yes. Now, I would have to see what you did, okay? I wouldn't just want to watch the execution of anybody. Hell no. If I knew you was a monster, yes. Yes, I would watch it. And I'd celebrate it. I hate to say it, I would. Some people are totally against that. I understand it. You have that right. You know, I'll answer my God when I get there. But I believe an eye for an eye on certain things, okay? You accidentally kill somebody, I don't think you should die, right? You know, that happens. People accidentally get killed. You purposely go with the intent to take another person's life and you do that. You need to meet Jesus. Uh, I ain't gonna feel bad for you. So yeah, if I watch what you did and you did some heinous crime, yes, I'd watch you get executed. I'd pull the switch. You know what I'm saying? I turned the gas and I'm whatever it was. Once I was convinced in my mind that you did what they're accusing you of, yeah, bye. See you later. Now, if there's any doubt, right? If there's any doubt, I wouldn't want to see you executed. I just wouldn't. If I had doubt in my mind, I wouldn't want to see you executed. I don't want to see innocent people die. No, never. Bad people, monsters, people like that. Yeah, get up out of here. Get up out of here. He said, "Can I get a picture of Harmony to you? Can you drop your email? I have some photos." So now I did hear that the execution that went down in Alabama, this last one, that was really brutal. But look, we live in a world where the crimes are really brutal, right? And if you're going to commit really brutal crimes, I think you should leave in a brutal way too, right? Like, now I ain't saying send you to Mexico and let them, chop you up with a chainsaw, or, the Taliban take your head off with a rusty buck knife, but you do need to leave. I mean, in a lot of countries, well, third world countries, you wouldn't. There ain't no court trials. There ain't none of that. They take you out back and shoot you. You can't take back an execution. There are cases in the past that actually were innocent. You're absolutely right. You know, when you make an omelet, sometimes you crack an egg. But does that mean you should never eat an omelet? Sometimes mistakes happen. We need to fix the mistakes. But you know what? What ain't a mistake? Getting rid of a monster. So when we get it right, I think we get it right more than we get it way more than we get it wrong. And look, in the world we live in today with DNA technology and everything like this ain't the 60s, right? We got DNA. We know when you kill somebody now. And when it's facts, and science is science, you're done. Okay? This ain't like when they were killing people back in the 80s and the 70s, because we didn't have that technology. It was just starting to come along. Now DNA technology is way advanced. So we're freeing people these days from DNA technology still to this day. So yeah, there's innocent people in jail. That is true. But now we know extra for sure when you're guilty. And these are the people that we know by science, without a doubt, you've done it, and you've done it on video or videotaped it yourself. Let's get you up out of here, baby. I don't care what country you in, what state you in America. That's what I don't get. Every state should execute. We live in America. We don't live in 50 different fucking countries. Execute across the board. The Ted Bundy of the world need to leave the planet. They can't be fixed. Look, I used Ted Bundy as an example in a lot of things. When I was young, Ted Bundy was one of the first real serial killers that really interested me because of just how he was, you know. And everybody said that, he could blend in with everybody. He didn't seem strange. He didn't seem weird. He didn't seem unusual, and that's rare. Okay, because usually serial killers are a little odd and strange. Ted Bundy won't. I mean, in his own world mind, he was, but far as being able to approach people and being able to gain trust from appearance, he could do that easily, easily. And he was so honest. Okay. Ted Bundy's one of the people I think, man, you should have studied that dude till you couldn't study him anymore, because he is the blueprint for how a serial killer is made. Okay, I just truly believe that. And the things that he was into at a young age, he describes. Ted Bundy blames it on pornography. That's where his problem started. His fantasies and all these things, he blamed it straightly on pornography. And and if you look at pornography from the time that Ted Bundy made him all crazy and he was started killing people, think about what people are watching today. There's shit you click on the internet and you gotta go like this. Like, I didn't even know adults did that shit. You know what I'm saying? I got kids, but one. There's some shit on the internet that is just like, and I don't want to get too graphic on YouTube, but kids wasn't watching these type of. I'm just gonna say the word torture, okay? But that ain't even really. It's bad. That's what I'm saying. If you're watching this stuff, if we were creating serial killers in the 70s and 80s, okay, what do you think we're doing today? We are creating monsters. And like, I think there's way more serial killers today, way more people that take your life for nothing, with no motive, than any time I've lived in history. That's scary. Okay, that's scary. And statistically, you will end up walking past like a serial killer a few different times in your life. A serial killer, it means somebody that killed multiple people with a cool down period with no motive. That that just means there's too many serial killers in this world. I think it's Dolly Bundy donated his brain so they could study it. You don't study a dead brain. I mean, you can. You can study it. You need to study that man while he alive. You need him talking, especially somebody that don't hide their perversions or don't hide their fantasies or what led them down a path of that. That's who you need to be, because you could see the layout if you the world. It's the things that we consume that make us who we are. And consuming things, I mean everything around us. You know, if you're taking in good, you're going to be a good soul. You start taking in bad, and you start fantasizing about bad, and you continue taking that bad, you'll become a bad soul, and then you'll become evil, and then you'll start beating chicks' heads in with sticks and shit. You don't want to be a Ted Bundy, you know what I'm saying? But that's why you have to learn. Okay, you have to learn. Like, look, turn this shit off. I don't want to be a serial killer. FBI is currently watching up to 2,000 suspected serial killers. It's rumored to be more like 4,000. Now, I don't think it's that much. I think it's in the United States at any given time. I think there's like 50, 40, 50 serial killers. You know, active serial killers. Like California has three. I think Virginia has a couple. They believe Rex Huberman was like the I-90 killer. So, I mean, your major states usually have a few serial killers. Big areas. Then when you get out in the country, like Nebraska and shit, you know what I'm saying? It's like they have one serial killer in 180 years, you know? So it's, LA, you had to, like, they're going to have more serial killers and shit on the West Coast. Any major, New York, there's two in Texas right now. Yeah, so I mean, we're looking at somewhere anywhere between, they say, 50, 75 active serial killers in our country at any given time. That's a lot, though. That is a lot. I mean, you got to think there's 7 billion people in the United States. So out of 7 billion, if you got 50 to 60 of them, that's still a lot, believe it or not, because them are people killing for no reason. That's a lot of people killing for no damn reason. But in the big scale of it, like what is that? A drop in an ocean. in an ocean. But then again, that's what makes them so hard to find, that they're a drop in the ocean. Dolly, did you forget how many people cross our border? I'm sure there is way more now. I don't believe all that border stuff. I don't buy that politics and that whole propaganda and the news lies to you and it's ran by the government and just I don't believe shit I see anymore. I just don't believe it. Okay? Until some immigrant starts YouTubing and takes my job, I ain't trying to hear it. When Julio's channel's doing better than mine, we'll talk about it then, okay? I might reconsider, but right now I love everybody on this planet, man. I don't care where you go. That's like telling me right now you can't come to Boston. What? I ain't from here. What? I shouldn't come? You should be able to go wherever you want in this world, okay? Just look, invisible walls, all it does is divide people, right? We all brothers and sisters. I don't care who you are, what color you are, what language you speak. I'm from the planet Earth. You from the same place as me. We all from the same place. That's I don't know how people don't get that. It's just like everybody, yeah, I'm from Virginia. Bitch, you from Earth, okay? You from this planet right here. When you say you from Africa or you from the UK or you from Earth, we all from the same place. Stop trying to divide people. Go wherever you want to go. I don't think you need a passport to go anywhere. Go anywhere in this world you want to go. Everything belongs to you, just like it belongs to me, and just like it belongs to each and every one of you. Everything, right? Nobody. That's the problem with the world. That's the problem. But that's why I don't get into politics. I just have a different view than everybody. Me, like I believe politics is two horns on the same goat, and everybody is snatching them like this and fighting. The same shit. Rich people control the world. Poor people struggle. And if you're watching me, you probably ain't rich. Okay. If you are, there's a couple of rich people that watch me. But for the most part, we the bottom. Okay. We down here, these rich people, these powerful rich people. I ain't just talking about rich people because some rich people are really good. It's powerful people. When you got more money and you don't need money anymore, the only thing that's left is power. Them are the people. Powerful people is what runs everything. When you done, oh, I got $600 million of wealth. You don't need no more money. What do you need then? You need power. These powerful people that rule this world, it's bad. It's bad. And they don't care about you. It don't matter if they're Republican, Democrat, Independent, whatever they are, they don't give a damn about you. Never have. You know what I'm saying? I hate to be the one to tell you. I hate to be the one to tell you. President will shake your hand, he meets you. He don't care about you. I needed a passport to go to Mexico. They wanted to know why. See, I don't believe that we should have, even as Americans, we should have to have a passport. I just don't feel like people should be able to control where you go on this planet. Anywhere you want to go, do whatever you want to do. It's a free, like, we should live in a free world. In a free world. Now you need one. I'm talking. I noticed this too when I was at the airport. By 2025, you need a real ID. I thought my shit was real. Okay. It's like a real one. What does everybody walk around with fake ones? What the hell? A real ID? Has anybody heard this? Live free or die. Okay. Anybody heard this? The real ID. I think this is a nationwide thing too. Has anybody? Have y'all heard this? The real ID. Are you hungry yet? I'm getting there. I'm getting there. Were you tired of hearing me talk? Say says, "What is a real ID?" Yes, real ID. Yeah. So all these years I've been walking around with a fake ID. I didn't even know that shit. Okay. I've been getting in the clubs with it, strip clubs. I don't even know how old I am because my ID is fake. So I'm going when I'm 21. All right. The ID I got fake as hell. That shit might say is I'm almost 50. I swear I'm 21. I didn't know my ID was fake this whole time. So PA has to have it too. Well, look, hey, I didn't know. I didn't know I didn't have a real ID. The motherfucker's like, real ID? I was like, yeah, DMV on that mode. Look, it says DMV right on it, right? Like, I ain't got a printer at the crib that prints IDs. A real ID. Get that? That's a real way to take some money. Okay, what's wrong with the ID I got? Why I gotta go give you $100 to get a real one? I got a real one. Wow, real ID. It shake my damn head. I was like, huh? So if you got an ID in your pocket, most likely it's fake. You need 5 other forms of ID to get it. Well, look, I got one fake ID and a debit card. If you can't work with that, I don't know what to tell you. So, oh, what did she whisper before she got off the stand? Um, what did she whisper? She whispered, I'll call you later. I was like, look, I got a girl. I got a girl. I don't kill babies, okay? And I don't kill babies. We got real IDs last year. I don't know. I just learned day before yesterday. I've been walking around for the last 15 years with a fake ID. Okay. Had no clue, wouldn't have known. But they were like, "Oh, you trying to get on a plane next year? You better have a real ID." I'm like, okay. So I better start applying now for birth certificates, social security card, DNA samples. Like, I don't know what you need to get a real ID, but it is what it is. You're not a country if you don't have if you don't have secure borders. You're not a country if you don't have secure borders. Do we got a secure border around Canada? Just saying. I'm just saying. Let's be honest, right? Let's be honest. We can block these people out. But these, hey, y'all can come all day long. If you coming from the north, you good. All right. Bring your geese, you know what I'm saying? Bring your credit cards, bring your money. Y'all can come on down, right? No problem. Right. You trying to get Hector over here? They ain't got a job. Oh no, we Hector can't come. Hell with Hector. You know, we don't need walls. We don't need invisible walls. We don't need borders. Let people go wherever the hell they want. Okay. If they want to come to this shitty country, that ain't gonna stay long. Okay, they ain't gonna stay long. So be like, look, when they move here, let's move there. The weather's better. Okay, y'all can have this cold shit. It's about to drop a foot and a half of snow. I guarantee you right now. Let's move to Tijuana. That shit probably nice as hell this time of year. Okay, it'd be warm as hell. The water's probably still clean. You know what I'm saying? Whole country the story. Shit covered in graffiti. Everywhere you go smells like piss. I don't know where y'all live. Y'all, that's so great. You know what I'm saying? You're like, I don't want to, this shit ain't that good here. I'd move. They're fleeing war most of the time, not a bad people. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I just pick and play a little bit. I don't know too much about politics, guys, just to be dead honest. That's why I don't go into it. I don't follow it. I, whatever happens, I just kind of go with it. Y'all take control of that, and I'll trust in the American people that y'all do the right thing. Okay, I don't have a dog in the fight, but I trust that my fellow Americans, y'all will make the right decisions. Okay, whatever that may be. It don't affect me either way. If you just don't let no YouTubers in. If you do, they can't be in true crime. Okay. You gotta do something else. You can't be a true crime. You can come in, you just can't be a true crime person. Unless you're going, unless you make some hellacious fajitas, because I love fajitas. I ain't even gonna lie. Fajitas are like one of my favorites. Y'all trying to build a fucking wall. I'm trying to eat a fajita. I don't know what y'all doing. Okay, what are y'all gonna do when the fajitas dry up? Y'all think they just smuggle Colombian Bam Bam across the border? What about the fajitas? How the hell am I gonna get a real taco, a real fucking fajito if you got JLR down there trying to shut down the border? How the hell am I gonna eat? Now I gotta eat. Okay, like I want like real food from real people that make that food. When I go to a pizza joint, I go to an Italian joint. Okay, when I go to a fucking Mexican restaurant, I go in there where they don't speak fucking English. Okay, like they just nod and shit. Like they don't even talk. Okay, they just bring me my fucking food. My feet they're sizzling when I get them. They're great. Like you trying to close that shit down, we will fight. Okay, like I don't know if you don't stop the pipeline of fajitas, tacos, fajitas, the cheese dip. Oh my god, oh my god, the cheese dip's good. The cheese dip is so good. Just don't stop the white cheese dip, the fajitas, and we good. Okay, whatever y'all do, just leave that part of the gate open. Y'all can build a 700-foot fence. We already, according to the flat earthers, we're already underneath the firmament. There's already a wall all the way around us. Okay, if we was a flat earther, we could go with that right now. I'm just saying. Robin says, I love JR though. Yeah, well, he's kind of like let's let's close down the fajita pipeline. And I'm trying to eat, okay? I like them damn what are the churros? Little damn cinnamon sticks. Them shit's so good. Margaritas too. See? I have everybody ready to go to Mexican. I'm like, I want some tacos now. Just Massachusetts is Bob's Meadows. Ask somebody to tell you where it is. It's good. Okay, PJ, look it up. Look it up. Jeff posted it on Facebook. I'll look it up on Facebook. Here, I'll pin your comment so PJ can look it up for me. She does all my. I feel PJ is my like satellite. Like I don't. Like everywhere I go, I'm like PJ, send me the address. Send me the address. Send me the address. Oh, here's his comment. Write that down, PJ. Maybe if it's not storming too bad tomorrow, I will maybe check it out. I tell you this, people here drive crazy as shit. So look, I'm driving back. So I meet some really ass cool people at this little dispensary. And they're like, yo, this is how you get back, right? Because I like it is so congested around here. Like it was like, I don't know, it was 6:30, right? And they were like, look, you can go around and you don't have to sit in all that traffic. But then again, like I'm so used to PJ GPS and like sending me the address and go boom, boom, boom. They're like, look, but this is safe because it was crazy. But I had ended up looping down this little back road like way, and it took me right to the interstate, like they said. I was like, so sometimes it's good to talk to the locals. But then when I got on the interstate, right? I ain't trying to fly through here because I ain't from here. I'm in a rental. So I ain't trying to get no speeding ticket, right? So the speed limit's 65. I'm going down the fucking road at 65 miles an hour, and cars are passing me in the emergency lane. Okay, in the emergency lane. Like, we get a flat tire, you pull over in the emergency lane. They're literally passing me in the emergency lane. I'm like, everybody's driving like 90 miles an hour, bumper to bumper traffic at like 90. I feel like I'm in a drift car. I'm like, this is crazy. Like these people drive here, boy. Ain't no fucking joke. So when the lady was like, Dolly, you used to driving in the snow? I'm like, I'm probably not used to driving in the snow like these people. I ain't used to driving like these people. Okay. I drive slow, calm. I ain't in a hurry to get nowhere. Everybody here is like, they on 100, dude. Like, they're like, damn. Like, good thing I have a flat tire and pull over. You'd have ran me over like at 100 miles an hour. Yes, crazy driving. I was proud. It wasn't just one person passed me Mercy Lane either. I'm driving. I'm like, wait a minute, that's the Mercy Lane. What the hell, people? Another car passed me. I'm like, damn. I mean, and the weird thing is that car beeps too. When you come up on it like that, it'll beep. It'll beep, 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 beep. I'm like, I restarted my phone. I hope it works better. Well, I'm on internet, hotel internet, so it probably sucks pretty bad. Yes, we can use the breakdown lane during certain hours. Is that what it is? Oh, I didn't know that. I didn't know that. I'm just thinking, why the hell is people passing me at 100 miles an hour on my right? Okay, and I'm in the first lane. Okay, what the hell? And I ain't see a bunch of people pulled over around here either. So I guess people just drive crazy shit around. I don't know. I did see one state trooper, but I had my GPS on and it told me it was like speed check up ahead. And I was like, all right, let me slow down. Which I don't speed anyway. I'm only like going 1 or 2 miles an hour over the speed limit. I drive the speed limit. I just what I do. I ain't in no hurry. I don't figure I ain't the fuck I need to be doing 100 miles an hour for. If you carpool. What an awful trial. That wife is a big liar and she knows where that baby is. Legs for days says. Legs for days. I agree with you on some of it, and then I disagree with you on some of it. Woman, terrible person, horrible, dark soul. I don't think she knows where the baby's at. That dude's a monster. Okay. And he beat the shit out of her. Straight up. I don't think she knows. And when he was smoking that crack, I didn't get Fudd's name. He's still Fudd for the night. Okay. He was getting paranoid. Okay. He didn't trust her. He thought you heard it today. He thought she was cheating. He thought she was recording shit, videotaping shit. So he was paranoid because that crack makes you paranoid. Okay. And he didn't trust her and he hid that baby by himself. And I believe he buried her. Some people think he cut her up and threw her in different locations. That's too many chances to get caught, I think. He went one location, buried that what is it? That CDC bag or whatever the hell it said on it. It seems like I sat in court looking at it all day. I would know what the hell the bag said. Um, but they talked about that stain on the bag today and how the stain got there. And I thought she tripped up because at one point she said she didn't try to get rid of the stain, and then she said I did try to wipe it off, and then she said, well, I kind of scrub it off, but then she tried to make it like she didn't do it with water. Yeah, I just tried to scrub it off. With what? Because the lady had asked her, she kind of tripped herself up a little bit right there. Anybody catch that about the bag and the stain on the bag when they were walking around showing the bag to the jury? I think they threw the bag in the river. No, because at one point she thought they found the bag. Okay, she thought they had the bag. She didn't know that wasn't the bag. Okay, that is a replica bag. That's a bag just like that bag. That's the bag. Okay. The ground was frozen. He put his kids on top of Harmony and walked to the pizza place. And the amount of time he wasn't gone for digging, she said he left in the middle of the night and then come back to the following morning in a U-Haul truck. And how deep do you got to dig a hole to bury a 5-year-old? Hate to say that. Hey, trigger warning, people. Trigger warning. How deep do you got to dig a hole? Right? You ain't got to dig it that deep. If it's in the middle of nowhere, ain't nobody gonna find it. And he had compacted her so small, so small. When she was like before, allegedly he had squeezed the trigger one before he squeezed the fluids and things out of her. And from what they may say, Maya put the organs in a blender and poured this stuff down the drain. He had her in a small bag. He was compacting her and compacting her. You see how little that bag was? You know how big a fucking 5-year-old is? The bag is this big. Okay? The bag is it's a diaper bag. It's this big. A 5-year-old. Okay? You know how big a fucking 5-year-old is? Go look at a 5-year-old kid and see if you can stick him in a bag this big. You would have to contort that kid so many different crazy ways to fit her in that bag. Disgusting. Totally disgusting. Horrible. She watched every bit of it. Every bit of it. Didn't feel bad about it. Never reached out for help about it. The only reason she's telling now is to save herself. And it sucks because it's working. Like, I know that dude's a monster, and he should stand there and face his accusers. I don't know if he's gonna have to be there. I think because this is the witness phase, I don't know if he's gonna have to be there when it goes into the finding him innocent or guilty and sentencing. I think he would have to be. I don't know though. You got to live free or die in New Hampshire. I don't I don't know who comes up with the laws around here. People are nice. Okay, slogan: live free or die. Ain't like a in between. Can I live almost free? He squeezed her insides out. I've never heard of such a thing. LJ, what this man has done to this little girl, with it being his daughter, is the most horrible thing I've ever heard in person in my whole entire life. Okay? Like some of the things I heard today is some of the most horrible things I've ever heard in my life. Like, well, in person. Like I've heard some horrible things on TV, but as far as sitting in a chair and looking at the people and hearing what they've done, I've heard some of the horriblest things I've ever heard in my life today. I was like, that is so horrible. Um, there won't be full justice for Harmony Montgomery. There can't be. Okay. There will be partial justice for Harmony. The dad, he'll never see the light of day again. But that lady, she's gonna get out. She's gonna be out in a couple months too. Like, wow, just wow. There is we will have a link posted to where you can write the parole board to where hopefully that Kayla Montgomery will not get parole. The thing she did is almost unforgivable. I would say it's unforgivable, and it's hard for me to say that because I'm a Christian person. I believe everybody's forgivable under the right circumstances, but there's no justice, not no complete justice, unless she was to spend the rest of her life in prison. And I just pray that she's never left in control of any other kids a day in her life. Maybe she could talk to her kids one day or something. Right now, she has no contact with her kids or anything of that nature, and they're babies anyway. But she definitely does not need to be in charge. I think at this point, she's lost that right. You won't protect the baby. Anybody else would protect the baby. I would. He would have to whip my ass to hit that baby in front of me like that. He would have to whip my ass, bro. You ain't beating that kid in front of me like that. I think everybody would act like that. I'd take the ass whipping gladly before I let you beat a kid like that. You're gonna have to beat me first. Um, Monster. Well, I hope he rots. Rots to the last day. So we'll see what happens, but we know what's gonna happen. She's going right with the plan. She's crying every question they asked her. She's doing her part that they all agreed upon, and she's gonna walk. Now, I guarantee you she makes the first parole. I guarantee if you wrote 100 letters a day and sent them to the parole board, that they're going to let her out. It really ain't going to make a difference. It just ain't gonna make a difference. Because once they make that deal with you, it's a deal. They're gonna keep their end of the deal. So she will hit the streets, and that will be a travesty. But you never know. Dolly could be wrong. So when we do post the link to the parole board where you can write in a letter and ask for her not to be released, and you got a little bit of time, write one in. Tell them how you feel and why you think this woman shouldn't be back out yet in society to walk around the streets of New Hampshire pushing a damn baby around in a stroller that's been dead for a good amount of time, that's been rotten and stinking, and just they should be charged with every time they move that baby. They should have so many hundreds of charges. They should, when they read the charges off, it should take a full day to read their charges. That's what it should take. I mean, they should be listing. She has to charge 348 disposing of them. You know what I'm saying? It should be like that, and it's not. This lady sits in jail with perjury for lying. Like, you do not think she'll get parole in May? Well, good thing ain't a gambling man. Good thing ain't a gambling man. I just, I don't know. I just don't know. She's, they promised her something. They can get up in there and say, well, we didn't promise her nothing. We didn't promise her nothing. They promised her something. But you can damn guarantee you that they promised her something. And they're going to keep their word. When they tell you something, they're going to do it. That's what it is. They told her something. And look, they can walk in there and say, yeah, I wasn't guaranteed nothing. That don't mean they ain't going to tell you what's going to happen. You do this, we do this. They might not have guaranteed that's going to happen, but that's what's going to happen. The prosecutors, them people that are you crying in front of, them are the ones that are prosecuting you. You know what I'm saying? So of course you do what they say, and they're gonna let her walk, which is horrible. It's horrible. But if she's a terrible person, and I hate to say this, she'll end back up locked up. She'll end up back on drugs. She'll end up doing something terrible, and she'll end up back in prison for something else. But did we give these monsters opportunities to get back out here and maybe hurt another child or not report the death of another child or watch her boyfriend beat on another child or watch anybody do any of that? I just feel like she told a lot of lies. A lot. She was selling the food stamps for drugs, yes. And they were trying to get that not to come out. Right? They were trying. When they kept ejecting, that's what it was over. It was he fronted you these drugs, he gave you these drugs, and that they kept going mute and they kept going up to the bench, they kept going up to the bench, and they kept going up to the bench. It was all over how they acquired these drugs. Okay. And then eventually he said you could buy those with food stamps. So the man was taking food stamps, okay, and giving them drugs. Now, I'm sure there's a lot of drug addicts out here that are that's what's so bad. She said that they sold all the food stamps for drugs. They were literally all eating baby food. She was eating baby food. I think at that point it was sad. That was one of the points I felt sad. Like, God, that is just so horrible. Right. But they did it to themselves, right? They did it to themselves, but still, it's still like it's still like, wow, man, I just hate to see people do bad. So it was like that, but at the same time, I feel sorry for the situation. I don't feel sorry for them. Bad for the kids, right? Imagine them kids, like, man, your parents are that strung out, and hopefully them kids have a better life, and whoever they're with is taking care of them, loving them, all those things. And they were so young. I doubt that they know what happened. I mean, I'm sure they've seen it, but far as it locking in their memory at that young, I pray to God that didn't happen. Okay. And hopefully let them kids have a good life and they don't go back to her. Now, is it one of those cases where she wouldn't allow him to beat her kids, but it was okay to beat Harmony because Harmony wasn't her child? No. Makes it worse to me. How did they act, the jury? I would say the jury, for the most part, the first half, they were really locked in on it. Looked really interested. They were listening. They were paying really close attention. You could tell. Like they wasn't even cutting their eyes. They wasn't looking away. They were just locked right onto what was going on. I was watching them, so I know they wasn't. They were paying attention. By the second half of her, like that lawyer, the jury was kind of drifting off. You could see people starting to fade. You could see one girl wasn't even paying attention. Okay, wasn't even paying attention. She was a younger girl, probably. I looked over at her. She was probably the youngest one in the crew, and she didn't even look like she was interested in shit. To be dead honest with you, she was just wasn't even paying attention. She didn't look like she was anyway. She could have been listening, but she wasn't watching. Okay, because she had her eyes down, and and she was looking down for a good bit. But I don't know if she was just taking in, but it kind of seemed like she wasn't like alert to what was going on. So I would say for the first part of it, they were really into it. Second part, they were getting bored, getting tired, same questions. They were paying attention a little bit more when the new witnesses came on. Because how many times can you ask the same question over and over again before they heard it? They're like, yeah, this shit's the same. Kind of like we were doing. I'm like, this is the same shit over and over. So I think they felt like I felt, like, man, can you just come on and let's keep this moving? Like all it was 6 hours of them trying to trip that girl up. That's it. Harmony was a target, just like Quentin was a target for Leilani. Well, Leilani. I know, man, the similarities and just are close, but not exact. Not exact. The only I'm getting ready to leave, guys. I'm gonna go eat dinner, but I want to share this with you. The only weird part of it is when she locked on to me. Like we made this weird, she's staring me down, like it almost like she was looking at me like she was asking me who I was. I couldn't be like, I'm Dolly, but she wasn't staring at nobody else like that. But there was only everybody kind of seemed like reporters, they were all down and typing, and I was just kind of watching. And you had the only other person that was really kind of watching was the girl that was there for J for Justice. She was paying attention. Well, she was on her phone like me, but for the most part, she was watching the case. And you had Crystal and them, they were watching it. But everybody else was like news people. They were like, that's all you heard was typing people's heads down typing. And that's most everybody. And there ain't but a few people in there actually watching. So most people are there writing their stories for the newspaper or they're writing. The dude in front of me, CNN, he was writing his script. He had a script. I could see his computer. He had a script program pulled up and he was in there typing his script as he was watching it. I guess he's going to walk outside and, do his script. I mean, I guess news people do that. I just remember everything, you know, got no script. Oh, that's too planned, I guess that's why people like the YouTube stuff. It's like real. It ain't like, I mean, you sound like I don't know. I just, I guess it seems like they would write him a script. Can I get a script writer? But nah, that dude, he was in there typing. But the same thing, I guess all Court TV reporters do that because the lady for Court TV, when I was over there with her, she was sitting there writing her script too. And then, like the local news people, this is where I look. Local news people, if your ass can't remember 30 seconds of news, you don't need to be a news reporter. Okay? When I see a news person with a phone in their hand and they're reading it, right then, I'm like, this shit is stupid. Okay? I don't know if y'all ever heard of the little dudes that do the rapping, like Warrack. They're called Warrack. They're a little rap group. And the dudes come out and they start rapping up. They read their phones as they rap. I don't know if anybody's seen that, but that's what it reminds me of. You couldn't remember 4 lines. Back to you, Ted. You couldn't remember that? Like, y'all can't remember the slightest little details to give a 30-second news report You can't remember none of it. That you got to write it down on your phone and stand on the fucking camera and read your news report off your phone. If I worked for the studio, I'd fire every last single one of you. I'd fire every last single one of you and tell you to go start a YouTube channel. That's what I would do. I'd be like, you fired, you're fired, you're fired. Go to YouTube and practice, okay? Because y'all are fucking terrible at what you do. Now, if you're writing scripts, like you don't see Court TV get out there a dude with a fucking phone in his hand going, well, let me tell you, Benny, this, you know what I'm saying? He wrote it, he memorizes it, he walks out there and he recites it. You can't do that. Okay. You can't do that. Maybe that's why the news lady asked me. You know what the news lady asked me? You know what her biggest question was? When the news lady got, she's like, YouTuber, I want to ask you a question. You know what her question was? Anybody guess what her question was for a YouTuber that travels around and does true crime? You know what she wanted to know? Any guesses? Let's see. I arrived home, Jimmy. I'm in Boston and it's about to snow 1.5 feet, Tiff. I'm hoping I don't get snowed in. How many subs? Nope. Are you single? No, she didn't ask me that either. She asked me, how much money do I make? There you go, Gina. See? She asked me how much money I make. Right then, I knew she wouldn't be right for this. Right then. What's it pay? That's right. If you don't enjoy this, don't do this. All right? You know what I'm saying? I knew right then. I was thinking, you're looking for an exit from working the local media. You're thinking to yourself, is it more profitable to be an independent journalist than work for the news company where you're controlled? I would say you make more money working for the news. But what you don't got is any freedoms. None, right? You're controlled and you're put in a box. If you want to live in New Hampshire, you got to live free or die. Okay. I'd rather have the freedoms that come with not being a part of the media, even though I enjoy the media stuff. But I just knew then when she asked the question that this ain't her world. If you like do things you love, don't do nothing for the money. I mean, you do got to live. Don't get me wrong. You got to live. You got to make money, but don't go into it for that. Okay. If you make money doing what you enjoy, you're successful. If you can live off what you enjoy doing, you're successful in life. Like I'm not rich. I'm pretty poor, but I feel like I'm successful because I'm surviving off what I enjoy doing. And it's hard, right? If you can't remember 30 seconds of your shit, this is a hard race. It takes years. This ain't something you just grab a mic, walk up in here and but you know what I'm saying? But I think a lot of media people are real curious to the YouTube thing, because it's actual freedom. I don't really like you, but I'm here to say I saw you on Court TV today. Okay. I don't really know you, but I don't, there's a lot of people that don't like me. Stick around. I grow on people is what it is. A lot of people, I'm first is my face. You got to get past this, right? And then you get to the inner core of Dolly and you get my sense of humor. Then I think people understand me. I think if you just clicked on it and you're like clicking on true crime and you didn't know I'm such a goofy dude and my sense of humor, sometimes people might, think, oh, this ain't the right time to be joking. But if you just know I'm a big goofball and I'm a big kid and I do take it serious when I have to take it serious, I think you would get Dolly more. When things are serious, I'm serious. When things ain't serious, I'm a goof, okay? And I ain't perfect. I'm gonna make mistakes. I'm gonna stumble. I'm gonna fall. I'm gonna get dirty. I'm a real person. This ain't a show. that y'all see on the internet. I remember when people would thought I was a character, like you play a character on the internet. I'm like, oh, this is gonna be an easy one, okay? Because this is an easy job. I don't have to practice for this. I don't have to look in the mirror, and this is me, okay? For the most part, maybe sometimes I turn it up a little bit for the internet, but for all in all, it's me. I love your jokes. Thank you. How did you come up with your YouTube name? Oh, I've told the story a million times. Everybody asks, that's probably one of the biggest questions I get asked. How did I come up with the name Dolly Vision? My mother's favorite singer was Dolly Parton. Okay. My mother, my favorite person on this planet, and my uncle, to my two favorite people, my mother and her brother. And one of them's favorite singer was Dolly Parton, and the other one was Johnny Cash. So I come up with this YouTube character that was just like this redneck from the trailer park. He needed a name, and I named him Dolly Cash after my mama's favorite singer and my uncle's favorite singer. I mixed the two together and came up with this character called Dolly Cash. He's this wild ass redneck dude that drinks PBR and lives in a trailer park. He likes to cause drama on the internet. And I was dressing up as this character and I was jumping up on people's panels, as Dolly Cash. And it's just a joke, something bored in the middle of the night. But I was just trolling people as this character with a mullet. I had this fake mullet wig, the cowboy hat, the big teeth, right? The fake teeth, the chains, and I would just randomly I would try to find the most ghetto, be honest with you, like ghetto streams I could find. Like just trashy ass people in the middle of the night that are just talking about who knows what. And if they would post a StreamYard link, I would I'd take the link and come up as Dolly Cash. I'd be like, oh, okay. I put the outfit on, the hat, the mullet, and I get up there with a PBR. But what I do is I don't drink. I don't know, a lot of you guys don't know. I do drink occasionally, but I don't drink. I'm not a drinker. So I couldn't shoot all these videos drinking. It just, there's no way. I don't drink that much. But what I would do is I take PBR cans, I put soda in them, and I'd be standing there while I'm jumping on people's stream, and I would say some of the most craziest. See, the character is, if I create these little Saturday Night Live characters, they can't be me. They got to be exactly what I'm not. I'm not loud. I don't say crazy stuff. I'm usually pretty polite to people. I'm nice. I'm caring. That's who I am. But when I create a character, it's everything I'm not. Okay. If I could be what I ain't, the character is that. Rude, crude, totally just a different type of sense of humor. But to me, it's all just an act, a game, just a little show. But in reality, that's how the name Dolly Vision was created. So eventually, I did it, laugh, played it, and I get over shit quick. Okay. It was just something I did a couple few nights, fun, haha. But I kept the name, right? So people were asking me, hey, are you gonna do, because this channel was called Jams TV Clips. It was just my clip channel. And people kept asking me, hey, are you gonna do Dolly Cash? Right? Are you gonna do Dolly Cash? And I was like, I don't know, Dolly Cash is a little bit too much. You might get me kicked off the internet. Okay, because some of the things Dolly Cash would say were just, some of the things I said on some people's panels were pretty, as this character now, not me. I wouldn't say those things, okay? But as a character, playing a character, I said some pretty crazy things, okay? So I was like, I was telling people, I was like, I don't want to do that on my channel because YouTube ain't gonna go for it, right? I was getting other people in trouble, right? People were getting their streams taken down and shit. I was just saying some of the craziest stuff, right? And so I was like, I don't want to do it on my channel. So I said, I'm gonna give Dolly his own channel. All right. And I gave him Dolly Vision. It became Dolly's channel. All right. But then it just, the bit played its part. And I just always liked the name. It was named after my mom. And I just kept it. I just kept the name. but that's where the name originally came from. So now it's Dolly's True Crime. Recognize you on court. That was awesome. Yeah, I seen a bunch of people play the clip of me on court TV. Did y'all catch the peace sign? Right, because look, I knew when they walked in and out that it was going to show me. I do that, right? Because I'm watching it. I'm watching it with you guys in the court. It's on my phone. I'm sitting there watching it, talking in the chat. So when the camera panned over, I knew it was panning over. So I turned and went, no, I'm getting ready to go to dinner now, guys. I'm gonna walk across the street, get something to eat. You guys be good. Maybe I'll come back live for a little bit after dinner before I hit the bed. But I'm gonna go grab me something to eat. Grizzly's True Crime. Yeah, yeah. So I think PJ sent me a clip. Um, and if y'all guys subbed up from that, well, welcome. Thank you guys for the views, the likes, the shares. Tomorrow, be careful and don't forget your glasses. I know I forgot them today. That was so bad because I couldn't see nothing y'all were saying. Like little bits and pieces of it, I could see. Buy some snacks for lunch tomorrow. That's a good idea too. Let's hold. Let me see if it's snowing. Not yet. Not yet. It's not snowing yet. I could smell the snow in the air. Can anybody smell snow? I don't know about y'all, but I can smell it when it's getting ready to snow, and it smells like that outside. Like the first thing when I was talking to PG on the phone, I was like, it smells like it's going to snow. She's like, you can smell what? Let's see how big this nose is. This shit smells everything. You know what I'm saying? I can predict the weather with this big beak. Okay, this pelican right here can smell the snow. I can smell it too. See? Okay, you must have a big ass honker too, Mab. You know what I'm saying? So my nose don't miss nothing, but it smells like it's going to snow outside. So I know it's going to snow. Crazy as that sounds. So you guys be good. Stay safe. I'll see y'all after dinner. Be good. Peace.